So this is my topic. How do we maximize the profit in this bull market? Okay, because I've seen a lot of cycle. I've been this for decades. I've seen a lot of very honest people, smart, honest people. They make a lot of money on the way up, but they lost everything on the way down. So that's the last thing I want to see. So that's what I'm say what's my strategy to make money and keep them. Okay, this is a disclaimer for you to read. So again, this is a record-breaking performance. And you see, I'm in multiple sectors, right? So number one stock in the market I picked 2003, 2 years ago, that's the biotech. Last year, one of the best biotech, it also is mine. This is the first one, and we sold it at 85. Now it actually came down a little bit. That's why my letter is called "What's Chen Buying, What's Chen Selling," because I want to people to take profit. Okay, the stock originally I had $100 target. It hit 80 something. I saw it couldn't go up, so I sold it. We bought it around here, a few dollars. So very pleasant performance. This is the second. It's also biotech. We bought around $1. There are a lot of my subscribers here, right? I pounded the table at $1, right about here. It was one of the best performing last year. It will be one of the best performing as well, second year in a row. It's called Resolute. It's saving patients' life right now. It has compassionate use, 12 out of 12 for the high insulin after cancer treatment. So my target is 100 again. So, but I may not hit 100. If I see the top, I will let my subscriber know. That's why my letter is called "What's Chen Selling," because selling sometimes is very important as well. This year, I prepare for the bull market for silver for 3 years. Of course, I cannot miss this party. I picked #1 silver producer. Okay, it's not a speculator. Jeff just had a very good presentation. Mostly, he's talking for the small company exploration. I'm also in the exploration company, but I also love producer. Partly because my family asset is pretty sizable, so I need to have the producer to have the high liquidity. So I picked #1, a silver stock. It's called Avino. This year, it's on the record book. It's #5 in Canada, TSX. Avino CEO, David Wolfen, was here, right, early this year, before Avino took out. This is Avino's chart. When Avino was here, he was here presenting on my panel. So I'm sure some of you noticed, if you have bought it, you would have bought #1 producer of silver this year. Actually, we bought it all from open market. Okay, the Avino case is a classical chain trade. What happened was they did a deal with a company called Coeur d'Alene to buy the asset. So they gave the share. So there's 14 million shares were sold, drove the stock down to about 4 cents around here. So its stock was almost $1, but the broker sees that, 14 million shares coming. They sure. They drove it to 40 cents. And I was buying from the open market. There also a few funds bought from open market. I just met with Avino management. We were chatting about this moment. So 40 cents I bought. And I wasn't sure about Avino because there's track record, 1 quarter good, 1 quarter bad. So I sold most at $1 and above. But when I saw they have a very profitable Q4, and then La Preciosa, it's been processed spotlessly, right? So I bought it again. I introduced David Wolfen right here. So those are 5 fine company here. Also, all of my favorite, and my family owns. I hope you will listen to their presentation, their story. You could pick another #1 from here. Those 5 companies. And so yeah, again, of my family, I'm not a gold bag, I'm not a silver bag, but I like to trade with the market. I'm multi-sector, and I don't write those fancy report. You see a lot of report, but if you read the bottom line, it's that paid by whatever, compensate. I don't. So I'm just tell people what I buy, what I sell, why I buy it, and why I sell it. So this is another big winner, Coeur d'Alene. I bought as low as a few dollars. Also, Silver Crest also got take over and going parabolic. And this is also one of the best performing silver stock of the year. I start selling this. I have a small position, less than I used to. It used to be my number one silver producer. Now my number one silver producer is First Majestic. The reason is First Majestic is relatively lagging. And then First Majestic is 60% silver revenue. This core is only 30%, right? So it has more leverage to a high silver price, plus their Nevada operation is likely to be sold. Jerry Canyon carrying no value. When it got sold, the value will show up. So that's why the First Majestic is my top holding right now for the silver run. And this is my recent trade, is marijuana, completely different. Okay, you look at the chart, such a terrible chart, from all the way from 60 to $2, right? Around this time, there was, if you heard that, there was a dinner. Mr. Trump, President Trump, gave a speech to his supporters. I will reschedule the marijuana. He says that. And then I have my friend, who's a hedge fund manager, who supported him, sitting right there. So then he called me, Chen, marijuana is, I'm not I don't smoke marijuana, but I don't. But I just think, look at this chart, it's a big time reversal, right? So I bought it, I called my subscribers to buy at $2. This is marijuana ETF. And then boom, after media report, Trump made this speech. It doubled, more than double. So I sold half, and right now stock is back to 4 to 5, between 4. I'm just waiting for Trump to deliver his promise, okay, to legalize marijuana in the United States. After that, if that happens, this will be a multi-year bull market. Seriously, it will be something I would probably will buy smaller marijuana stock because the situation changed, right? So, and it will be a good place to if you have a profit in gold and silver, you don't want to chase gold and silver stock, it will be a good place to park. That's just my theory. So this is a textbook approach. If you read it on internet, everybody tell you you need to invest in Warren Buffett style, right? So what you do, you put what a percentage in this, what percentage in that. This good. It's a good advice, but this what you get. This is one of the best performing gold fund. Okay, that manager, he just retired. He retired this summer. He very proudly showed his performance in the past 30 years. His 30 years return is almost 600%. He's very proud because gold mining company for the 30 years only returned 130%. Okay, think about 30 years. I'm losing my hair. My hair will be all white. 30 years, you only get 600%. This year is such a fantastic year. Even some of my account leveraged reached 600% return. So far, it's just in 9 months, right? So you don't want, my theory is, you don't want to ride it up and down or follow this Warren Buffett style. Everybody's saying that this is the right way, but for commodity, it doesn't work. I tell my subscriber, I make a lot of speech, this type of investment doesn't work. Buy and hold doesn't work. So this is my approach, right? So in the bear market, I have a different way. The one way is swing trading, and very famous. I was talking about platinum, right? Swing trading. I was doing platinum because every time platinum hit 900, it bounced. Why? Because the Chinese government was accumulating. I did the swing trading for 3 years. I would say if you do the future leverage is 100% return. I did 10 times in 3 years, right? I can make money, not only conserve my capital, I made money, and while waiting for a good time. This is and then sideways market, you can do producer, you can do junior. Junior can do very well. Even if you make a big discovery, you can do very, very well. Right now, it's once a lifetime bull market. So what I do, I buy, I have a very aggressive approach. So I was buying call options and warrants, not warrant, do financing and have warrants. The call option trade I was put on only 3 weeks ago when gold just started to break out. Unfortunately, I wrote this presentation 2 or 3 weeks ago. I didn't realize the gold could go up so much. So right now it's looking like bragging because my, call options go up. Some go up 400, 500% already in the past 3 weeks. So one strategy I have, I had the same thing about 2001, 2010 using call option is because call option has an expiration date. That will force you to take profit when that expires. So you calculate the period. You feel like gold will go up next 3 months, and then you buy some call option either on the stock or index or ETF, whatever you like. By 3 months, you will know, right? If it's fail, it fail. And make money. A lot of my trade went up 10-fold, 20-fold. I remember that was good old days. I'm trying to repeat that. Same thing. I buy the call option mostly into next January because usually gold run from September to January. It's very seasonal. Why? Because the Indian holiday coming. There's Indian friends here. Then Christmas, right? It's also gold. And then there is Chinese New Year. So Chinese New Year finish in January. So usually this period, there's a lot of physical demand, and gold tend to do well if you follow 30-year pattern. So I feel like if I buy call option into January, and I hope finger crossed. Right now it's going the right direction, but you never know, right? So but you're hoping for 10, 20-fold. Right now my best performing call option is McEwen mining. I think it's 6-fold, more than 6-fold today because they just got Argentina's tax break. So I'll talk about that later. Anyway, so that's my strategy. We try to make as much money as you can in this bull market. And then junior also very, very important component. Now we were just talking to a lot of juniors. They are moving up 10, 20% with no news, right? Some of the company who I invited here, it went up 30% this week. Sometimes without limited news because they're coming to present. People got excited. People bought share and nobody's selling. So that's how. So junior is another sector you want to stay with it. But my point is you buy the producer and junior, they move at different time, different speed. So if you do my strategy, okay, if you do the producer, you do the call option, even last year, by early next year, you could be up a lot on the call option, then you can go back to buy junior because junior cannot move up as fast. Anyway, so that's one of my key here is critical metals. 2 weeks ago, Barron's magazine in the United States, one of the #1 in Wall Street Journal, Barron's magazine, the top financial advisor, the cover page is critical metal. Very, very important. That's at the stage that we are in the run of a critical metal in our lifetime. So this is the Barron's picks. I read through the article. It's one of the, relatively weak, I would say worse, and not worse, not very well written. So basically the author does not have a deep understanding of the critical metal industry. So this is their top pick. The #1 pick is MP metal, MP material. You know what happened with MP? Right, MP was founded, there was Trump wrote them a check and they promised United States government and Apple and all the other company, we will give you rare earths, right? So actually that was on the surface, the stock went up 6-fold. But what underneath is, MP is one of the largest rare earth producer on the earth, in the world, about 10%, 9-10%. So they used to ship that to China because United States cannot process the ore, right? It's like a smelting, in the metal. So they send to China to process, and then China sell us back the rare earths. With this US government support, they stopped shipping the rare earths to China. What do? They stockpile them. They said, we will have that ready by 2028. I think you can go to their presentation, you can see that. So what happened in that world is China, they need those materials to create rare earths. They cannot create rare earths out of thin air. China is only produced 50% rare earths, but they process more than 90%. So there's a shortage of rare earths around the world. Of course, China manipulated, they ship it, they squeeze United States, true, but United States make it much worse. What happened? That's what happened with MP, $10 billion company. Okay, that's barren topic. I disagree strongly. Anyway, so this is the United States government just published. This published by the USGS, United States Geological Survey plus US government. They first time ever they quantify what is the most important metal to the United States and how much is hurting. China's boycott is hurting United States every year. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is heavy rare earths. You see that. Gallium is number 5. Germanium number 6. Okay, those are, and then MP actually they're producing something in the middle. Okay, they are not, not very critical. They're there's around here. They're nothing, their light rare earths is not really critical. Most critical are those. So Barron missed that completely. So anyway, so this is what those rare earths, not only in the common use, right? It's used in military. I just want to give you one example. Why this rare earth is most important? Samarium. Samarium, together with cobalt, I was told, make the strongest and lightest rare earth. So the magnet, make the strongest magnet. So for the military, also for high value machinery, it's very, very critical. So this is number 1 critical mineral. And then gallium, also very, very critical. Why? Because there's a very long distance kill happened between India and Pakistan. What happened was Trump invited Pakistan general to the White House, right? He treated him much better than Carney or Zelensky. He treated him with a steak dinner or whatever. So because he wanted to learn what exactly happened. What happened was that Pakistan has using Chinese radar made of gallium nitro radar. They can see the plane hundreds of kilos away. So they were able to shoot down most advanced plane made by France, almost as good as the F-35, 200 kilometers away. So basically the plane is in Seattle, and then they shoot a missile from Vancouver to shoot it down. So that's the longest, they broke the world record. So basically, I'm sure maybe somewhere Mr. Trump has a napkin, he wrote down gallium. So all these radar in the United States has to upgrade to gallium nitro just to be on par with China. So that's why the gallium is also very, very important. So those are my pick. I don't only have 2 pick. I have you, which is they have the only processing facility in the United States, and then they can process heavy rare earths. They already announced they have commercial available heavy rare earths. Right, one it's a Remarkable. It's a coal company. They happen to have gallium and germanium. They found it underneath their coal mine. So they have a fully permitted gallium and germanium project. So that's why I like those 2. And then those are the Barron's pick, right? Barron's pick also have this, but Barron, Remarkable, but Barron got it for wrong reason because they think they have rare earths, but their rare earth is very bad rare earths. Really, we don't need that rare earth, but it's not really, it's really, I believe it's for gallium and germanium. So those are the 2 of my picks. And then I don't have too much time. You can see 1 week after gallium, I put it together, the performance, right? Just the topic go up. This is one of those. And then this one is old Mount Top in Texas. We used to own it with my subscriber, but we lost it in the downturn. There's no new company, new people, they package them together, and the stock appreciated 100-fold, something like that. This is also Barron's pick. It's doing well, but look at my pick after a week, because I think the investors realize those are more important. It's not just what Barron say, buy. It's really what's really important to the United States. So, and the critical metal, this is the energy field. You see this stock already take off. That's when MP deal was announced. I was telling my subscriber to buy as many as you can below $10. I don't know if there's a subscriber here. I don't know how many times I tell my subscriber, you have to buy this at below $10. And then it just took off. Today hit a new high before pulling back. So when United States government gave them money, they will go much higher. Copper, I really like copper. I don't have too much time. So this copper, this is another pick of mine, McEwen Mine, right? Why they have a copper going to IPO? Today they got Argentina's special tax treatment. They will get the feasibility next month and then IPO in a few months. When the IPO, the copper unit worth at least $20. So I'm looking for $20 past 10. So that's why I was telling my subscribers, try to buy this as much as you can at below $10. Right? We buy a single digit, we sell in double digit. Also bought core options. Core option today are up like sixfold or something. It's a crazy number, but still has a lot more room. When they get to the copper IPO, I believe this probably will go to 30, at least 30, probably conservatively go to 30. If copper is hot, it's better. The massive amount of money on the sideline. I was first to discuss DeepSeek, actually before the media. If you remember, I talked about that a week before DeepSeek was known. I'm also talking about the terrible situation in Chinese housing market. That's caused the Chinese to buy gold and silver, which I will talk tomorrow. Finally, I will have another speech tomorrow at 1:30. I'll talk about chart and then what the silver, gold, and gold looks like and where we are in this cycle. Hopefully I can see you there.